Calming down is a hard skill, right? So just as an example for part of my week, how it's gone so far, on Tuesday we had the elections, the August elections, big day. Did about 19 hours in total working on stuff there late into the night. Next day did about 12 hours because I had to prepare packets for the upcoming Monday meeting. And then that middle of the night, I'm supposed to have an interview with a school in Italy at 4 a.m. And I'm decently tired. 2 weeks ago, I had a vasectomy, and on Tuesday, busy day for the elections and stuff, I actually tore a stitch on that, so uncomfortable, not super fun. And so I woke up at 3:30 and to get ready, and I took a few breaths as I was laying in bed, and I was rolling over and fell asleep. I fell asleep rolling over to get out of bed. And so then I slept a little too long and woke up a little after 4 after it was supposed to be. So I had to reschedule that interview, and luckily she did reschedule. But it's immensely frustrating. And what we have at the meeting on Mondays, we have some big things, zoning changes and some big projects moving forward that are looking at getting approved. But we also are currently failing an audit on the time frame for the audit. For the small government that I'm the head of, and so I have to get that straightened out. I have to get that fixed, and so that is a ton of pressure as well. And then my current clerk, she's getting a ton of political pressure over how the election is going and everything. And so there's a lot there. Right. And so at 4 a.m., when I'm missing this meeting a little after 4 a.m., I'm standing there. I'm like, oh, I email them, apologize. Yeah, obviously my fault, right? There's no one else, no one else to blame or anything like that. And so it's like, hey, if they want to reschedule, that would be great. If they don't, I completely understand that. As having hired and fired a decent number of people, like if someone doesn't show up to the first meeting, like what are you going to do? And so luckily they were able to reschedule. But in that moment, you're so frustrated, right? And it's very easy to be, and all that stuff building up, all that pressure in general, right? So I still have a business that's not making money. I'm working on getting paperwork done for the classes I'm going to teach adjunct at a local community college, but I'm having trouble getting the transcripts sent over from the university I have degrees from. Just all this stuff, right? Builds up. And so extremely easy to get uncalm, right? To be not calm, to be frustrated, to be angry, whatever it is, and then make a stupid decision and take a stupid action, have a stupid conversation, send a stupid email, whatever it happens to be. And you don't want to do that. And so how do you do it? And I know there's a bunch of people that show a bunch of fancy mental techniques and all these types of things. And I don't do any of that. I've tried a bunch of things. I've tried a bunch of different types of self-talk and some self-hypnosis and various things, and they don't work. They don't work for me, at least. Apparently they work for some people because they're very popular. And so that's why I meditate, though. And so what I ended up doing there in the middle of the night is set my timer for 10 minutes. I stayed for a little bit, see if anyone would show up to the meeting, but I assume they were off to other meetings, right? And sent out my emails and stuff. And then I set a timer for 10 minutes. And I just started scanning through the body, right? Just start in one foot, feel the sensations, whatever happens to be there, and work through my legs. And then I think I just almost worked through both the legs. Timer goes off for the 10 minutes. And I look at the phone, see if an email came through, see if I'm supposed to jump on a meeting or something immediately. No, set the timer again for 10 minutes, keep working, right? And so I did that for about an hour and just work through the whole body, feeling all of that stuff. And so the way to calm down from those emotions from that perspective, because it worked great, right? Because then I get up today. I have all sorts of stuff at the office to deal with. I did reschedule that meeting. So that meeting at 11, I had stuff on the lakes and docks and erosion and a park thing and a horse trail thing and people camping where they're not supposed to be and where does this picnic table go and this person's coming in for this election thing and we have this issue with the finances and we have this issue with a building permit and we have road budget consideration with a neighboring township, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? There's a bunch of stuff. And so I have to handle all of that. And how do you handle that well? Well, that meditation allowed me to process those emotions, essentially, and then feel comfortable going in and having some of these conversations, some intense conversations, right? I mean, recently today with an employee about difficulty of handling some of the aspects of the role just mentally and emotionally. And so I have to be in a mental and emotional place where I can handle the stress of the other people that they're taking on as well. and comfort them and guide them to whatever extent I'm able and capable to do that. And the meditation is extremely helpful and useful for that. I would not have that capacity otherwise, right? It's essentially like an artificial capacity. I don't, maybe some people come about it naturally. I think they probably do. And I don't. I have to have a skill, a technique that can be learned, right? So I've got a free course on it and everything, guide you through it if you want personal coaching, because it's hard, right? Because you end up feeling the emotions. That's the key, right? You can't like wish your frustrations away. Like you have to feel the frustration. And that's what the meditation helps you do and digest it. So it ends up being like simple. It's fairly simple to learn. I can show someone how to do it in seconds or a minute. And I have videos on that. But it's kind of difficult to lead yourself through. And that's why we offer personal coaching. I have Maggie, personal coach, fully trained. If anyone wants to sign up for those, have those at resetmeditation.com. There's also a scholarship available on there if someone wants to be an example and kind of show other people how it works as well. And so resetmeditation.com, check it out and let me know what you think. All right. I'm Jeff Martin from resetmeditation.com, and I will see you in the next one.